Okay, so last time, the last practical class that we had, I taught you guys how to um how to make videos with AI, but the videos that we made that day was not motion pictures. When I mean motion pictures, what I'm referring to is pictures that are moving, right? We did just static pictures to tell story. What I really wanted you people to capture was, to understand that, making a video is all about storytelling. And it is the one who knows how, not just how to write out a story, but how to tell it in a way that whoever is watching that story feels like they are in the story. Those are the ones that grab attention, right? So today, okay, after that week, that was when we did a study class. So this is how we've structured it. We have 4 days in a month, 4 Thursdays in a month, because our classes are now on Thursday. So we have 4 Thursdays in a month. 2 of it is going to be for the theory sessions, right? 2 is for theory and 2 is for practical, right? So the first 2 Thursdays I'll be using it to teach you, because this whole AI thing is not just about videos and the rest, right? Yeah, it's about really understanding what AI is about and how you can use it for yourself. If I give you the basic knowledge of what it is and what it's about, you can use it for anything. But if I teach only about video, it's only video that you know how to do. But if I give you the full course curriculum, and I dropped a course curriculum to show you what we are going to be doing this year. So our course curriculum is out. That means that we are not just joking anymore. Like at this point, it's no longer a joke. So maybe if you feel like this whole AI thing is just a partial thing for you, I think it's time for you to look at it like something that matters, because really it matters in the next 1 to 2 years. In fact, some of you, by the end of this year, some of you are going to be very, very good. You will be training other people, right? But that will not just happen by mere wishing or by luck. That's why you have to turn up. You have to come to class. You have to do the assignment. You have to listen to our weekly podcast. All these materials are being put there in place to help you grow. You understand? So we are having just one session in a week. That is on Thursday, which is just 1 hour. 1 hour is not enough. That's really true. But we are trying to build a system whereby you can still be doing your other business or your other hustle while you are learning, right? That's why you cannot just depend on the class alone. You have to do the assignment. You have to do the assignment. You have to listen to the podcast. You have to be active to know what's going on. So that is that for that. And let's just move in straight to what I want to show you today. So today is going to be an interactive practical session where I'll be teaching. Today we are going to be creating an ad video. We are going to be making an ad video. Like when I mean an ad, I mean an advertisement video. It's going to be simple, and please make sure you have a writing pad near you, something that you can write on, because the way I teach you in such a way that you can always reproduce the results. Yes, so when I teach you with structures and systems. So all you just need to do is pick that up, and then you can reproduce it for yourself, whether I'm there or not there. So it's good to have a writing pad near you so that you can write down some things. So today we're going to be doing a video ad, like I said, and it's going to be an interactive session, please. So if I ask you a question, just unmute your mic and contribute. So let's say now the position that I want you to take now, I want you to imagine that you are a videographer, right? A videographer, and you shoot ads for big brands and the rest. So let's say a brand comes to you and tells you that let's use Bloom today. Bloom is going to be our subject for today's class. So Bloom, let's say somebody comes to you and say, I have a perfume, or I have this perfume business. I want you to shoot an ad for me. What would be the first thing that you would do as somebody who shoots ad video, what would you do? What would be the first set of things that you do? If someone comes to you and say, oh, please, so I want to shoot an ad for this product, this my perfume product. Can you help me shoot an ad? What will you do? What are the first things that you will do? Or what will you say to the person? Or what will you start putting in place to ensure that you shoot an ad that converts, an ad that hooks people? So Bloom, this question is for you, please.
All because of I don't know. First of all, I don't really know like the first question to ask. I don't know, like according to lineups, I don't know the first question to ask. But if I'm to ask as somebody who is just hearing, not as a videographer, I would say probably who's your audience, first of all. If I want to do an advert, like who's your audience, first of all? Like, who are you captivating? Because we have perfume, we have body spray, we have body spray and we have perfume. We have other times, but let's just body spray and perfume. And we have body spray for male or for female. So who do you want to captivate? That's one. Then two, when I probably get the person's audience, probably females, then I'll be like, what kind of like you said, motion? Do you want it to be like maybe a landscape, or she should be moving? How do you want it to be? That's number two. Then number three, I would say colors. Yes. What kind of color do you go? Where do you want it to be?
All right. Thank you very much. Does anybody want to contribute to that? Is there anyone that wants to contribute to that?
Okay.
Nobody.
Okay, I would love to say, if the person has a sample of the product, let me get to look at them, then check the person's competitors, how other people in that field are doing their own adverts. Then see how I can probably copy one or two things, then improve on them, and maybe do times 2, times 3 of what those people are doing to produce a better result. Okay. And probably if the person has done an advert before, then he will tell me the success rate. I will find out what went wrong, then see how we can improve on it.
Okay, that's a good one. You can mute your mic now. All right, so they all contributed very, very valid suggestions. Those are really, really great suggestions. But now let's go into video making proper. Now let's discuss this thing now. When you want to shoot a video, be it an ad or just a normal video, the first thing you want to ask yourself is this video that I'm shooting, what message do I want to pass? First of all, like, what is this video about? What like when someone watches this video, what should they leave with? Like, at the end of this video, how should this person feel, right? Do you want the person to feel like, oh, this was nice, or like what? Because at the end there, the truth is that people buy more when they feel something. Like, there is a way people shoot, and sometimes it's not necessarily like they said so much or they did so much, but just the way they made people feel, maybe by the graphics or by what happened in the video. It just has a way of playing with people's emotions. And most times people buy things, people buy things emotionally. See how someone just looks at something and it feels good. That feeling is an emotion. When someone says, oh, I like it. Why do you like it? I just like it. I just like the way it feels. What is feeling? Feeling is an emotion. So what that tells you is that people always buy things most time, not every time though. There are people that are strictly logical, but according to data, most people buy things off emotion, right? Good. So having established how you would want people to feel, the next thing is to go into structuring your video. Now, when you're structuring your video, the first thing you want, like your first 2 to 3 seconds is what we call a hook, right? Now, what is the function of a hook? Now, I don't want you to forget this. If you forget any other thing, don't forget this part. Let's say you are scrolling on TikTok or on Facebook Reels or Instagram Reels. You are just scrolling. What makes you stop? That, like, now there are millions of content, right? But you stop to watch certain content. You don't just stop for nothing. You stop because something made you stop. That's why it's called a hook. Have you seen, there are some content creators that maybe before they start a video, they might just do something very controversial in the beginning, and you want to see, because that thing triggers something in you, like either it triggers something for you to want to see, like, what's this person doing? Or what's this about? Or what is this nice thing? That hook is very, very, without your hook, if you just, let's say you want to start a video and you just, maybe let's say you want to talk to people and you just come out and sit and say, my name is this, they will just scroll and pass, because from the start, it looks boring, right? So you have to have a hook. You have to think of a hook. You have to be creative with your hook, right? Such that as somebody is scrolling, they will stop first, at least let them at least stop to see what you have to say. Then if you don't have what to say, they can move on. But if you cannot even get somebody to stop, no matter what you have to say, they won't even get to listen to it because they didn't even stop, right? So there are 2 ways to have a good hook in a video. Either you can write it out, like you can write it out like a caption and put it on your video, something there, or you can put it into the main video. But either way, just make sure that you have a strong hook. So after the hook is the body of the message. So now I've mentioned the hook. The second one is the body of the message, which is the core thing you are trying to pass, the core message you're trying to pass, what information that you're trying to pass, and then the ending. For an ad video, if ad video, right, you want that will get people to be interested in whatever it is that you have to offer. If you shot a video for people and at the end they just watch it and then they pass, and then the person didn't sell anything, that's a waste of time for you and for the person. Now, I'm not saying not everybody will buy, but at least if your video was good enough, then there should be some people asking questions about the product, right? So for everybody here that will be going full time into video creation, I really, really want you to, spend more. In fact, if you spend the more time you spend in creating your hook, your body, and the outro, which is your ending, the ending of your videos, like if you spend more time on this one, even before shooting, you already know how you want your hook to be, how the body to be, how the ending to be. You have a more likely chance to create a video that does well. One of the reasons why most videos don't do well is that people don't really plan it, right? You need to plan everything down. So for those of you that will be going into AI video content full time, please take note of this, because we are not producing people that are going to be, we are producing excellent people, right? So that when you see someone doing something, you say, are you from Phronesis? That's the kind of standard that we are building. So we are going to be heading straight to, we are going to be using a perfume. What perfume should we use? Let's pick a random brand. Chicago, Daniel, what perfume brand should we use? Let's pick a perfume brand and do something. So someone should suggest one. Daniel, suggest a perfume brand that we'll be using. Daniel, commute your mic if you can hear me. I say you should suggest a perfume brand for us. J Bloom, is that a perfume?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
I don't know of any brand though.
Oh yeah, make anybody suggest perfume brand now. Make we use.
Okay.
Should we use? Okay, we have 2 options now. Should we use like a perfume that is already existing, or should we create our own perfume and use it?
Okay, we can create our own.
All right, let's create our own. Oh yeah, let's call it J Bloom. J Bloom perfumes, right? So Bloom, you have a new perfume. Oh. Let me share my screen. I'm sure you are seeing my screen by now. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
So
We're seeing your screen.
since we are creating a new product, we are going to first have to we are going to go and develop the product first. Let's create the perfume first of all. First things first. Let's first of all create the perfume. So the name of the perfume is J Bloom. We are going to be using ChatGPT to create the perfume. So this ChatGPT will be using it for a while. So what am I supposed to do here? I think people will be the one that will be telling me what to do now, because we've thought a lot that, I mean, you guys are not new to this. So if we want to create a perfume product, like a product for J Bloom, what are we going to ask ChatGPT to do for us? Who can help us here? We want to create a perfume, or what do we tell ChatGPT? What do we tell AI to do? Because we are going to be using AI to come. Nobody. Oh yeah, I'll continue. So,
You
let's
should
just
give
give it a
us the
simple.
prompt for Gemini.
Okay. Yeah, for Gemini, because I will be using Gemini for this. So I hope you guys are seeing what I'm writing.
So me, I'm not seeing it. It's very tiny.
It's very what? It's very tiny.
Sir, yes, it's very tiny.
Maybe after the class you have to
You
go
can
and
turn your phone to landscape mode and put him on
turn
full
your phone
screen.
to
You see
landscape
it.
mode.
Done. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. So, all right. Let's create. So what I just did here was I asked them AI. I told AI that I want to create a sample product for a perfume called J Bloom. That it should give me a prompt so I can create the product sample on Gemini. Why I told it that I want to create the product sample on Gemini is because most of these AI, like different AI tools, they have different prompts that they recognize, right? Because a prompt is like your way of communicating with AI. So look at it this way. Let's say, for example, you want to communicate with somebody in Yoruba, but you don't really understand Yoruba so much, so that you will not make a mistake. So you ask a Yoruba person to tell you what to say, right? So just look at it that way and it's clear. So it has given us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We will not look at it. Anyone we can do for today, right? Anyone we can do for today. So let's go to Gemini, and then let's look at what the first one looks like. I think I'll also let me use two apps I'm going to be using. We'll see the one that looks better is the one we'll be using. It's loading. Okay. So Let's look at what the first sample product looks like. Let me fit this to Meta. Okay, we have the first one. Let's do the second one. Then we'll now choose the one that's this one looking too familiar. I actually want it to be in. So who can explain what this thing means? This thing that I just wrote, aspect ratio 9:16, 9:16. Who can explain it? Someone should explain it because I explained it in the last class. So what does it
means
mean?
you want it to be portrait.
Good. I want it to be in portrait mode. That's why I put it, because the first one was in a landscape and we are making it in a portrait size. So I'm using Gemini and Meta AI to sample the shot to see which one looks better. Let me see. This one, the name is, this one is too far. This one is too white. But it's not actually bad if you want to use it for. I don't think I'm satisfied. Let's look for another. Let's create another one. Now the thing is that we don't have time now to start testing. But let's try this one. I think this one should work. Let me. Okay, why this okay, I think it's done. Let's see. I think let's use this one. Is this one okay? Are you guys seeing the screen? Can we use this one?
Yes.
I think this one is okay. Let's use this one. It looks what?
Same, sir.
Let's use this one. This one looks classy. A bit luxurious. A bit on the color. Okay, so now we have our product. Now that we have our product, we have to go back to our script. So before the class, I had already used AI to structure out some things. So so before I continue, there are a few things that I want to explain so that you guys will understand. First of all, I want you to take note of this. I want you to take note of this thing that I'm about to tell you. I want to give you a structure so that you can use this structure to create your own videos anytime you want. So I hope you have a pen and paper near you to write this down. I'm coming. My network is a bit slow. Okay, so I want to give you a framework. Now there are different frameworks when you want to shoot an ad video. You can use the structure of problem to solution, right? That means first of all you show the problem, and then you show the solution, which in this case the product becomes, or the service becomes, the solution to that problem that you show. So let's say, for example, you want to advertise a bulb.
I'm not seeing the screen anymore.
No, don't worry. I'm just explaining right now. I'm going to show you the screen. So let me share my screen so you be with me. Are you guys seeing my screen now?
Yes, sir. We can see your screen.
All right. So I'm teaching you about different structures that you can use for your video, so you don't have to guess. Because most times one of the issues that happens when it comes to video creation is that sometimes you can just not know where to start from, right? Because it might look like the whole thing is looking too complex. So I'm trying to help you to demystify it, right? So that it doesn't look complex in your eye. So there are different structures that you can use for your video. You can use the problem to solution structure, which is to show a relatable issue, and then you introduce the product or the service as the fix to that issue. So let's say, for example, you want to advertise a bulb, for example. What does a bulb do? Or let's say you want to advertise a bulb, not in, like maybe a rechargeable bulb, right? Good. So what kind of problem will you likely introduce, so that when you now bring the bulb as the solution, people will be interested in it? Who can think of something? Let's say you want to advertise a bulb, right? Let's say you want to advertise a bulb. What would you show as the problem? It's a creative class, it's a thinking class, so you have to be on your edge. So what would you likely show as the problem? Let's say you are given a bulb and you want to advertise the bulb. What would you show? Okay, let's even say the bulb, the rechargeable bulb can last for 10 hours on full charge without going off. What would you show as the problem before introducing the solution? Okay, before you answer this, let me give an instance and answer. Okay, let's say, for example, somebody brings a fan and tells me, advertise this fan. Is a rechargeable fan that can last for 14 hours on full charge, for example, and the person gives it to me. One of the when I want to shoot the video, one of the things that I will likely put out as a problem is I might just show maybe in the evening NEPA took light, and then the person went to lie down on their bed, and because there's no light, they kind of sweat. I might even over exaggerate the video such that the sweat that the person was sweating maybe fill the bucket or something, and then that already shows a problem. That already will make people feel, even though it looks funny, right? But it makes you feel uncomfortable because you know how heat can be, right? So when I now bring in the product as the solution, okay, what is the solution now? They are now introduce the fan. Oh, this fan is the solution. This fan can last for 15 hours on full charge. That means you can use it from 6 p.m. till 9 a.m. in the morning. So you don't have to worry about whether NEPA gives light or not. That looks like, you get that structure, right? So back to my question now. If you were given a bulb, a rechargeable bulb, what would be the problem that you would put to introduce the bulb as the solution? What would be the problem that you would first of all showcase? Then the bulb can come in as a solution. Someone should think of something. Is the question clear?
Okay, yes, it's very clear.
Is the question clear?
Yes, it's very clear.
All right. So who wants to try? Gideon. Oh yeah, Gideon, try something. Gideon, tell us.
Okay, I'll say similar to this fan issue. It can be something like
No, don't use. Don't use what I said for the fan. You have to come up with something totally different.
Okay, I will say probably in in a workplace, someone loves working at night because he's more productive at night, or that's where he has time to do some of his personal work when he's less
Okay.
busy and everywhere quiet. So, but in his area, there is usually no light, so it makes his workspace very dark to see his equipment to use, and sometimes he cannot rely on his generator and all these things for light. So, but if he can buy this light for advertising, he can just probably hook it at the ceiling, and everywhere will be bright for those hours that the bulb can light, and it will save fuel. It will save it will save himself from generator noise and all those kind of stuff.
Okay. That's a good one. Franklin, can we hear your own points? Franklin, can you hear me? Is he not with us? Hello, Franklin, can you hear me? Okay, who wants to try? Someone else to try. Still using the bulb. Who wants to try?
Please, can I get the question again? Because I had to go and do something. I go back.
Okay, so I said that if you are giving a bulb and a rechargeable bulb to advertise, let's say a rechargeable bulb company contact you and say, oh, we want to shoot an ad video for this bulb. This bulb can last, they proceed to tell you some of the features of the bulb. The bulb can last for 10 hours on full charge, right? Yes, it has a lithium battery and the rest, and they want you to advertise it. So my question is, using this structure, because I gave a structure, I gave different structures for advertising. Number one is the problem to solution structure, which means that in that video, you first of all show it has to be a relatable issue, right? You have to show something that is pressing people. So you show a relatable issue, then you introduce the product as the fix to that issue. So I said, using this structure, suggest something that we can use to advertise the bulb, that is the rechargeable bulb. Now, using that problem solution structure, how can we solve that issue? How can we come up with a video, to show a problem? What problem can we show, and then introduce the product as the solution?
Sir, can I try?
Okay, let's hear you.
Okay, so I wanted to try. Okay, like this is my idea. How about, or if we adventure in a house, then there's a shortage. Sorry for that. Sorry. Like there's no light, or probably there was light, then it went out. Something like that. I know the next thing everybody will have to think about, especially when it's unannounced or it's not generator that you know that the gen will finish when it's NEPA light. The first thing that comes to anybody's mind is turn on the torch light, like your phone light. And probably there's nothing like that. Then we have the bulb. I know it's probably rechargeable. I hope it's rechargeable.
Yeah, we are getting you. Continue.
Okay. And it's rechargeable. Then, even to add to it, there's a particular switch that is very close that you can just press. Then it can be like somebody is like, okay, he thinks that, oh, there's something like that in the house. And they can just do something like introducing. Then the person just touch it. So, I don't know, am I dreaming too big? The person just touch it and boom, the light is off.
All right. Daniel, let's hear your own, Daniel.
Okay, there's this scenario I'm going to use. Like, for example, a boy loves to watch movie, but where he normally goes to watch the movie, those people, they love watching horrible movies. And he knows that if we watch the movie, when he gets home and in the night, he will not be able to sleep because he will be seeing scary things because everywhere is dark So
Ah,
anytime they are putting movie and it's horrible, it goes home and his friends that are able to watch it and withstand those scary scenario, they'll be laughing at him because he's not man enough. So one day, this child now wants to watch the movie, wants to watch the movie, and put the horrible movies just to scare him away so that he will not watch. But this boy was so confident that his friends had to ask him that, why do you want to watch the movie with us? He did tell them secret. So they said, don't worry, this night we're so scared. So this boy watched the movie and walk home with boldness. So when he got to maybe in the evening, and the first were thinking he's not going to sleep, walked to the room with boldness. It is a rechargeable light. Maybe he complained to the mom. The mom bought a rechargeable light. So he just walked to the room with boldness. Say, now look at my rechargeable light. It's going to do the magic. He just walked to the switch it on, and say, okay, now I can sleep. Time is scared, and I will be so confident from now on to watch any movie I want to watch, being horrible or not. So the magic of
you see, say I clap for you. That's a crazy imagination. Like if like say you say, but wait, oh Dan, is this one real story? Is it about you or
no, not
fiction
about
in
me.
your
I
head?
just imagine just now.
But that one, that idea. I think maybe after today we'll work on that idea as a group project. Like that is fire. You know what? You know one thing about that what he just said. Do you know those kind of ads that when you start watching it, it feels like it's a movie, right? You don't even see it coming, and then boom, they hit you. In fact, those are the ads that sell the most, the ones that you don't see it coming. For example, if somebody, let's say you're scrolling on TikTok, somebody comes up with a product, say, this bulb, I bought. You just not see, you will just listen a product you want to advertise. You must scroll and pass. But by the time they are starting it with a scenario of people watching a movie, and there is all these things happening, like you don't even see it coming till it's too late. So I think
A,
I
a
think we're
scenario of
going to
our
work
life.
on this idea. We are going to work on it. It's going to be a group work where everybody will contribute, because it's easy to say, like the way see the way you imagined it now. Now that you've imagined it, we will need to bring out that imagination from your head and then first of all put it on paper, which is our script. We will have to break it down and look at the perspectives, because things arts like this, the most important thing is telling the story without words. So you have to be sure that your the angles that you are, that your camera perspectives is capturing what you are trying to say, so that you don't have to use your word to explain. So it's easier said, but the work comes in the doing. But with the kind of minds that, all of you are really, really bright, and I've heard your ideas, and I know that all of you are, like, you guys think a lot. So it's just a matter of intense planning, right? If we put our minds to it, we can do it. So that's a crazy one. So let's get back to the class, because time is going. Let's get back to the class. But this particular idea will not let it slide. We are going to work on it. But let's get back to the class. See, I was just explaining problem to solution structure. Another structure is you can use the before and after transformation style. This one works best if let's say you are shooting for a real estate company. You can use this before and after, where you just show the before. Or let's say it's an interior decor company. You can show the before, how the house looked, and then how it looked after they were done with it. That's still another way to shoot an ad. Unfortunately, I cannot go through all these methods, but since let's just focus on this problem to solution for today. Let's focus on this particular one, problem to solution. So anytime somebody wants to shoot, or anytime you want to shoot an ad, either it's for your business or it's for somebody, you should already know that first thing first, you should know the kind of ad you want to shoot. Is it a problem to solution structured ad, a before and after? Is it the one of point of view? And I'm going to teach this as a full course, right? But for today, let's just skim through it and continue. So, having established, I already created a script for the perfume ad. So it's going to be a 4 to 5 scene ad, right? So AI already helped me create the script. So this is how it's going to look like. For the scene one, the guy will just, be sitting, when as a man, you're just sitting, it just looks like the day you are not feeling it. You're just sitting down there, it will tell from the facial expression. The emotion will tell from the facial expression. And then we'll have a voiceover that will say, some days you don't just feel it. right? Then the scene 2 will now be until you find the one thing that changes everything. So this scene can be maybe the man just stands up, maybe walks up to his bedroom or something, and then picks up a perfume. It's just a scent. It's not just a scent, it's a statement. It's going to be very, 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 very short. So now let's go ahead to create the person that will be using for this video. Should we use a guy or a lady? Should we use a guy or a lady?
Anyone is fine.
Anyone. So we can use hermaphrodite now.
Oh, any gender. What that would I mean? Like, can be a female or a male.
Oh yeah, now we'll use, since I don't want to talk, we will use man. So let's go and generate the image for the first. I think I already created. So okay, let me explain. So now after you've had your idea, remember I already taught this even in the former class, that after you have your idea, the next thing is to turn that idea into a script. If you were not in the class, you can go and check on our YouTube. So when you have an idea, the next thing is to turn the idea into a script. You ask AI to break down that script into text to image or text to video prompt, depending on what you want to do, right? Then you can now copy it and go and create it. This is just the system that we have created to help simplify your work for you. So if you follow this system, it's just supposed to take you too long to create a video. So now we have we have the product, which is the perfume product, and then we have the idea. It's just a simple video where someone is sitting down, looking confused, and then they stand up, they use the perfume boosts their confidence, and then they get out and then, starts the day. Not something much. This is just basic. This is at the basic. I just thought of what we can do that won't take time. So this is at the basic level. So the next thing is to create the scene. So I think I already created text to image prompt ahead. So let's go ahead we are going to be using a black man, or it will not be a white man. A young, stylish Nigerian man, correct that, in a modern apartment, standing in front of a mirror, looking slightly unsure. Now, do you know where it looks like it gets hard? Now, you know that since we are talking about this perfume, we will have to get this perfume into the hands of the person that we are going to be using for this ad. So that is where the technicalities will come in, because this perfume is another picture on its own. But now you want to make the person to hold the perfume to be able to advertise it. So we are creating the picture of the man now. I'm not too happy about this picture, and this thing is wrong. Aspect ratio 916. See, do you see why it's so important to never forget to add things in the prompt? Just because I didn't add my aspect ratio, it gave me a landscape mode. That's why prompting is so important, because that is this AI thing, like we explained last week. AI does not understand what you are saying. It is the prompts that you give it that it understands, right? So let's wait for it to create another picture for us. Okay. I think let's just use this guy. Let's use this guy. We have to maintain image consistency. So this guy has become the face now. This is the face we'll be using, and we are going to be maintaining image consistency across the video so that the face looks the same. Scene 2. Comment. So now this is the same way we are going to be adding the perfume to the table. I'll first of all place the prompt close up of a log of on a golden table. So we are going to upload the sample picture of the perfume, because we already have the perfume that we'll be working with. So we already have a sample picture here. I'll go to my gallery and upload a sample picture of the perfume. Then what I'm going to ask Gemini to do is to use the perfume as the reference. So I'll start the prompt with using the image attached as reference. create a close-up of a close-up of the perfume bottle. We are going to be using because the bottle is already of the perfume bottle on a clean modern table, right? So let's go ahead to create it and see what it gives us.
So you forgot the aspect ratio.
No, since the perfume is already in 916 in portrait, so there is a high probability that it's going to give it to us in portrait mode.
Okay.
Yes. All right, so we have our perfume on a table and he gave it to us in portrait mode. So this is the perfume now. We wanted to put it on the table, so now we have it on the table. So we'll save that. Now the reason why when it comes to now, remember that we are creating motion pictures. That means we are creating videos. But you notice that I am first of all creating pictures. The reason for that is because I'm going to be using the pictures as the reference to create the video. If you go directly to video creation, you will not have that image consistency. But when you create your images first and then use your images to create the pictures, your characters will be consistent across the scenes of the video. So yeah, so we've created scene 2. So we'll have to create a scene where that man is looking better. Let me see what the prompt says. It says the same young man now looking confident. So we are going to upload a photo of the young man as a reference. So we'll now tell AI to create a photo of the young man in the image attached, now looking confident and composed, spraying perfume on his neck. Picture colors, photorealistic. All right. So I'm adding another listing to maintain facial consistency. That means it should not change the face, right? Then is there any other thing I need to add? Don't zoom in or out. It's going to maintain. All right. So let's see. It's not good enough. And I think we need to also upload the photo of the perfume. Let me copy this prompt. Abi, should we change the clothes of the man? Should we change his clothes to something else? What do you guys think? Maybe should wear a suit or something? Or should we still continue with the clothes he's wearing? Any suggestion?
Okay, I believe anyone would be fine, sure, but maybe changing the clothes would be better.
Yeah, let's change his clothes. Let's change his clothes to like a suit. Let's change his clothes to a suit. Let's change his clothes to a suit. Starting this all over again. So I'm going to be attaching two two pictures. One is the picture of the guy, and then the second one is a picture of the perfume that we are using. Then I'll put in the prompt. Create a photo of the young man in the image attached. Spraying the perfume. Attaching the second image on his neck. He's now wearing a black suit. He's now wearing a black suit. Looking confident. Maintain facial consistency. All right, so let's see what we have. So it's just 4 minutes and we haven't even started. Let's see what we have. It's creating. Okay. How does this look? He's now holding the perfume, and I think we can use this. But for the first scene, for this first scene where he was looking, let me see. Let me go back to the script. Wait, have you guys seen the picture? Have you guys seen the picture we just created? Let me know that we are together. Have you guys seen it? Okay. The
Yes,
picture where he's
sorry,
wearing the suit and holding the stuff. I need to know that you guys are with me. Are you guys seeing it? Is it okay? Should we
yes,
go with it?
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yes.
yes, we're seeing it.
All right. Okay, so now we have the. Let me go back to the script and see. So, we are going to have to create a voiceover for this so now we are going to create a photo of him walking out, because now he has sprayed the perfume, right? So if he has sprayed the perfume and he has confidence, we need to show another scene that depicts confidence. Maybe he's walking through a street or something and people are looking at him, because now you don't spray perfume, you understand? So we need to create that other scene to really pass the message well. And we are still going to be using his face for image consistency. So we'll go and upload his face as reference, the one that is wearing suits. So we'll upload it as. I hope you guys understood how I managed to create the picture where he was holding the perfume. You can always go back and watch the video to understand better if you didn't get that part. So now I'm adjusting my prompt a bit because I'm using an image reference. Remember that our goal is to maintain image consistency across all scenes. So I'm now going to ask AI. I'm going to edit this prompt a bit. Create using the image attached. Create a confident, stylish. Let me start it with using the image attached so that it knows. Create a confident. and we have to make this in Nigerian environment, right? Let's not. Okay, so it's creating. Now remember that we are going to be animating all these images that we are creating. So this is not even the final. After creating the images, we'll have to turn the images to videos. That's where the main work is, and it's already 10 o'clock. Okay. Okay, so I think this is okay. We can use this where it's walking through we can use this for this one is okay. So what do we do now? It's 10 o'clock. You know that I don't like to keep you people. So what do we do? Should we wait for next class, which tomorrow is Friday. We cannot schedule another class for tomorrow. So what do we do? Someone should suggest something. So let's know what we are doing. Should we move it to next class? Should we finish it now or move it to next class?
Okay,
I'm okay
I
with
don't know.
anyone.
If we cannot finish it now, I feel we can just animate maybe one of the images, maybe the first image, because
Okay, we should animate only one of the images.
And maybe the starting, the intro, first scene.
Okay, we are going to animate the first scene for today, and this is the last scene. I think this is the last scene where let me create the this is the last scene. This one is about the bottle itself. So I'm going to be using this as reference. Remember that the key to maintaining image consistency across all your videos is having a reference for AI to use. Like if you give AI a reference, then it will be able to maintain image consistency. But if you decide to just create it on a random, you may not have that image consistency in your video, so that it doesn't look AI-ish. And when you use it, you must always tell it using the image attached as reference so that it knows what to do why you uploaded the image. Create a luxury perfume bottle hero shots on a clean, reflective, then aspects. All right. So now for the videos, I'm going to be using. I would have used Higgsfield, but Higgsfield is paid. So I want to really use free tools to teach you people so that when you are creating your videos, you will not need to pay, right? Because when I started learning about AI, I started with free tools, right? Till I got to when the free tools were no longer saving me before I started paying for tools. So the okay, so this is the last shot. We are going to be animating these shots also. So we are going to be using the free tool. The tool we are going to be using for the video is actually Google Flow. I don't know if you have heard about it, Google Flow. So if you come to labs.google, you will see it, labs.google. So you come to labs.google and you sign up. When you sign up, they give you 150 create with flow. Create with flow. Just hold. It's loading. It's loading. I think the network is contributing to this one. All right. So you see, you go to get started. How you know that, like when you've logged in, just come to here, like this place where your Gmail is showing. If you click here, you should be able to see. Okay, I have just 50 credit. Okay, this is not the email I wanted to use, but let's start from here. I have 50 AI credits here. So let's animate the first scene. So when you come here, this is what you will see, right? This is what you will see. So when you get here, what you want to do is this place here. You see this place that they wrote video X1. When you click on it, ensure to put it at X1. What that means is that for any video to be 4 samples, which means that your AI credits will finish before you even finish creating 2 videos. So put it at X1, very, very important. And then for your frames, 916, because we are using a portrait. And then between frames and ingredients, I'm going to be using ingredients. What that means is that I'm going to be supplying the ingredients that AI will be using to create the video. You get, so image and video, you choose the video. So these are the settings. These are the settings. You can screenshot it. Generating, we use 20 credits. So these are the settings. If you want to create an image, you can put it in image, but we are creating a video, so we put it in video. We choose ingredient 916x1. So that is it for that. Then for you to upload your reference picture, there are 2 ways. Either you use this plus sign or you use this other one. There are 2. So let's just use this one here. So when you click, you come to upload file. And then we'll go to the first image, which is this. So you now wait for it to upload. While it's uploading, let me go back to my script, because you have to have a script to know what you are doing. So the script is what will tell me what I'm supposed to do with that particular scene. So I'm going back to my script to look at what that scene is supposed to do, so that I know what I'm creating. Okay, now I'm going to ask AI to give me the prompts to use for the video. So I'll tell it that I have just created the image reference for scene 1. Give me a text prompt to animate the image into a video. So it's going to give me the prompt I'll be using. So it has just given me that. All right, so we'll paste in the prompts. I want to add this. To the prompt. So we've pasted the prompts now. Then after that, we'll click on this to create. So we're just going to wait for it to create. It's just be patient. It's not like it doesn't take too long though, but we just have to be patient a bit and wait. So while we are waiting for it to load, because this is the only, that means we cannot do much for today because of time. Time has gone. It's already 10:10. So I'm not going to waste your time so that you can go attend to other things. But there are a few announcements that you need to make, right? So after the announcement, we'll go back and look at the video. So now this AI class that we are holding, okay, I think our video, let's just look at the video before the announcement. So let's see what our scene one looks like. Guys, can you see that? It really expresses what we want. So I think we have us. I'm just going to download this and keep it for next class. So we'll continue from here next class. So this is the scene one where he's looking uncertain, right? And then what I'm just going to do is that I just had an idea now. So what I'll do is that for the scene two, before entering into the scene two, he will turn. And when he turns, we will capture, the camera will now be on his face. Then he will now look at the table and see the perfume. Like, I don't know. The idea is not coming together well, but I'm just having some, I don't want it to be too technical. I just want it to be really simple. So I think I'll just stay with the basic idea. Let me not complicate the script. So this is our video. This is the first scene. That's created the first scene for us. All right, so we have our first scene. So we'll be continuing this from next week. That is next week, Thursday. So please, if you come on time, if you guys are here by 9, then we'll probably finish even earlier, because most of the time I spend the first few minutes waiting for others to join, and that will take our time. So please, next week, 9 o'clock, let's try to come early so that we can finish this. We don't have to carry one thing and be dragging it. This thing is not supposed to take too long, and we have just 1 hour, right? So for the announcements, this is a very special announcement, and I want you to listen. If you are a member, if you are a part of this community, because what we are building, what we are doing is we are not just looking for what to do, right? We are building a community of like minds, a community where we will all come together to grow together, to build ourselves together. So it is necessary that your growth should really matter to you. You should put in all that you can, to grow, because it takes a lot to put up these videos. I mean, it takes a lot to come up with all this content, and what we are doing is almost 99% free, right? So all you just have to do is show up. That's the only thing that is expected of you. Just show up and do the work. So encourage us, right? Encourage us, the board, the team, the leaders. Encourage us, because it takes a whole lot of work, to put this together. So this is a special thing that I want to say. So for the classes, our classes are very important. Like, it is important that you must attend these classes, because if you don't attend these classes, you are not going to graduate from the program, right? And we cannot certify you, because that will be a lie. So if you are going to graduate alongside with others, then you have to turn up for classes. If you are not coming for classes, how are you going to graduate? Because if you are not in the class, that means you haven't learned anything. So it will be fraud if we give you a certificate to say that, oh, you graduated from Phronesis and you were not even in class. You are going to misrepresent that name, and we don't want that. So it is important that if you are not going to be available for a class, just communicate it with your coach. Your coach is the person that is always sending you messages and following you up. That's your coach. So you can send a message when they text you, say, oh, I'm not going to be around today, and we will know that you are not around. We'll make provision for you so that whenever you are back from where you are going to, you will meet up, right? Then for the second one is our weekly podcast. We have a podcast that we release every week. You know that our live class is just 1 hour a week. If you want to become really good at AI, it's not going to be by 1 hour a week. Let's be honest. So our podcast is one of the programs that we have put in place for your growth, because there are things that we cannot say in class that will be on that podcast. That podcast is just 1 podcast per week. So I'm urging everyone that when the podcast is out, the link will be sent to you. So spare 6 minutes. It's just like 6-7 minutes of your time. Listen to it, go through it over again. You see, one thing about growth is that you don't really notice it, but one day you wake up and you found out that you've grown. Take, for example, did you really tell the time that you grew and became an adult? No, you can't really tell. There was no time that you saw yourself growing or increasing in size. No, you just kept eating, living, and then you woke up one day, you looked at the mirror and you've grown taller. You found out that your leg, that your shoe can no longer fit you, but you didn't see when your leg was pulling out, you know. So that's the way growth works. Even when you plant, you don't see when the plant is growing, but every day, something is happening. Little drops, right? So don't wait for one big miracle. It is by little compound. There is a term that we use in forex trading. We say compounding. So you compound your profits. So in fact, one of the best ways to grow is by compounding. Instead of trying to do 50x, you want to read 10 books in one day. Why not read one chapter of one book in a day and see how many you can read in a year, right? So spending 7 minutes of your time to listen to that podcast will not take anything from you. 1 hour on Thursday, 7 minutes, that's just like 1 hour, 7 minutes. You still have so much time to do whatever you want to do. And then now our classes are on Thursdays, no longer on Fridays. So take note of that. And then for next week, Thursday, I want to urge that you really invite somebody to join the community. Let's be honest. If you want to really, the best gift to join our community is totally free, right? We have a free week, although there's a paid one, and we also have a free community. So invite somebody. That's one of the best gifts you can give to them. Invite somebody, invite a friend, tell him come. You can never know. Someone might find their purpose through here. And that's all for today. We are going to next week Thursday. So please try and come early so that we can finish up. I don't want us carrying the video over again to, we've added. We try as much as possible to finish on time. So thank you very much. Is there any question, any contribution, any suggestion so far before we end the live? Any question or contribution? Franklin, Gideon, Brains, Danny, Botsi, Jessica, Raphael, any contribution so far?
I don't have any questions from my end.
Okay, then that will be all for today. So see you all next week, Thursday. And if you've not done the assignment, go and do the assignment is part of your assignment. And if you use AI for the assignment, you will know. And if your answer is not consistent with what you wrote, you will know that it's AI that you use. So answer the questions. The purpose of these questions is just to build your cognitive reasoning, the way you reason, the way you see things, right? You should come out from this class seeing the world from a total and a different view from how you saw it when you started. So don't use AI to answer this. You can use AI to get one or two things, but don't let AI do everything for you. You have to still use your mind, right? So please, the link is on the group, and during the week, the podcast will be out. Listen to the podcast and see you guys next week, Friday. Bye, and have a wonderful weekend.